Hi, I'm Mark with Crown & Caliber, and welcome to Hidden Gems. Today we'll be talking about Grand Seiko. Most luxury watchmaking is done in Europe, and once you get outside of Europe, the main luxury watchmaker is Grand Seiko. Grand Seiko is very proud of this. They are proud of being from Japan, and in that they show off parts of Japan. They show the seasons, they show the festivals of it, and this Grand Seiko is a great example of that. So let's get into it. So today we're talking about the SBGC 017 Spring Drive chronograph. It's a chronograph that was made to celebrate the Onbashira Festival in Nagano, Japan. It's a festival that happens every 6 years where they replace these giant pillars at 4 different shrines. And what they do is they go into the forest up in the mountains, pick the largest fir tree they can find, usually around 20 tons, and ride it down the mountain. Literally ride it down the mountain. As you can imagine, this is very dangerous, and at the end, there's something to celebrate. And this watch is part of celebrating that. So the way Grand Seiko celebrates the Onbashira Festival is by adding a tree pattern on the inside. And it's this beautiful green dial, this beautiful tree pattern, and it's what Grand Seiko does well, is they add patterns of freshly fallen snow or patterns to invoke cherry blossoms. It's their dial work to invoke the feeling or the festival of Japan is exactly what makes them Grand Seiko. It's what celebrates their own culture. Usually when you talk about modern watches that are electronic, there's something about it that's just not there. The spring drive is different. The way that secondhand sweeps is special. We're used to seeing secondhand sweep but have a little tick to them. No matter how good the movement is, no matter how high the beat rate is, there's always a tick to the second hand. When the first time you see a spring drive, it's hauntingly smooth. It is just a perfect sweep that it's artwork to see that. It's beautiful to see that. And it's a culmination of what we wanted when we started to add electronics to the watch. We wanted something that brought accuracy, but kept the soul of the watch. And that's what the spring drive is able to do. On top of that, Grand Seiko plays with materials a little more than most. They love their titanium, they love a lightweight, something that's not felt as much on the arm, that just purely enjoyed. And as much as that's a pro, the con of that is not as scratch resistant as steel. It's a softer metal, but it's also a very light metal. On this one, they did something a little different. They actually created a titanium watch and then sheathed it in ceramic. So the edges and the bezel are all ceramic, which, good luck scratching it. It is one of the most scratch-resistant materials you can make. It's like making a watch out of diamond, practically. So those materials make it not only the perfect watch to wear, it'll be scratch-resistant to celebrate the festival, it's also the perfect watch to use while riding a 20-ton log down the side of a mountain. I hope that gets used.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
So why you should care about this watch? Grand Seiko makes beautiful watches, but this one amps it up a little bit. It takes a titanium case, sheath it in ceramic. Takes a spring drive, adds a column wheel chronograph. And on top of that adds this beautiful green dial with the forest to honor the Onbashira Festival. Those are the things that Grand Seiko does, and this watch takes them and adds that 1% more, which makes a beautiful watch that stands out amongst Grand Seiko, who themselves stand out from most. I love this watch, and it's one of my favorite sports watches. It feels light, it feels natural, it feels fun to wear. I love it, and that's why it's my hidden gem. Thank you for joining me today as we looked at this beautiful Grand Seiko chronograph that celebrates an unusual Japanese festival. See you next time on Hidden Gems.